This is my first 3-minute video and I'm making it because I'm angry! And also I'm talking about edge play and I need to take the time to make sure I'm talking about it in a responsible manner. The consensus among educators on Kink Talk is we shouldn't be talking about edge play. And I agree, we shouldn't glamorize specific edge play kinks or make them part of a trend or like they're no big deal, everybody does them, right? No, they're really risky. Not everybody does them, and in fact, most kinksters don't. If you're like, what's edge play? It's any style of play that takes you to the edges of your boundaries, comforts, or what you personally think is safe. And there's a whole group of edge play activities that most people agree, oh yeah, that's edge play. But because edge play is based on personal risk profile, it can be a little subjective too. Example is rope bonded. Most people regard it as a, beginner activity, everybody does it. However, if you don't know what you're doing, you can get permanent nerve damage. For that reason, some people consider it edge play and some people don't, so that's like one of the gray area ones. Anyway, the consensus here among educators is not to even mention specific edge play kinks by name because it gives people something to Google. But on the other hand, we're always preaching, do your research, Google! So what the fuck are we smoking? Doing research for 101 level basic kink stuff is pretty easy. There's a lot of information out there. And even if some of it's not the greatest, there's so much to choose from, you can just move on to the next article. And that type of play isn't as inherently dangerous as edge play. But some of the stuff on Google for certain edge play activities, edge play is considered an advanced activity. And those that engage in it take lots of classes, read lots of books, and sometimes they spend years training in not only the physical, technical aspect of how to do the thing, but also the psychological, how to negotiate, how to establish consent, and all those other things. It's complex, y'all. Recently, there's been newbie educators on Kink Talk talking about a certain edge play kink and how they're defining it is completely wrong and dangerous. And I'm like, no. And I was like, where are so many people getting this misinformation? I typed the name of the kink in Google. First result is from Psychology Today, written by a clinical sex researcher with doctor in front of his name. Reputable, right? This fucking article is dangerous. It's basically passing off assault as a legit kink. While there are some wonderful academics who know about kink, most do not. The training just isn't there for clinicians and researchers and therapists. And those with doctor in front of their name that are really good are usually involved personally in the lifestyle. But if you're new to kink, see an article from Psychology Today and you go, well, that's gotta be true, and then you spread that in misinformation, that's bad. And I'm actually seeing that happening in real time here on Kink Talk. People are quoting that article word for word. Although doing our research is crucial in kink, knowing how to research is just as crucial, especially when it comes to the more advanced and dangerous things like edge play. Take classes from multiple educators, read multiple different books, cross-reference what you're hearing, and do some critical thinking. This is also why edge play comes later. You need to have your kink foundation solid and down before you move on. And that way you'll recognize immediately when you're like, this sounds like bullshit. Take things slow and concentrate on knowing how to research.